Well, this one's for the wannabe playboys that think they can go to the Philippines and get treated the same as they do in the U.S. And it was a shock for me. Through the time I've been talking with my girl and we've been together, I've figured out that Filipinos want a different looking guy. Now, I'm lucky if I'm a 3 in the U.S., but apparently I'm handsome as hell over there. I'm pretty sure they're all blind. And it's not just her. You know, a lot of the girls in her family, a lot of her friends say the same thing. These girls do not care very much about your money. If you have enough to give them a home and security, that's all they care about. And it's so much cheaper to do that in the Philippines. They're very loyal. And yes, there are bad ones out there. But as far as I'm concerned, foreigners have created these girls. If you're going to pay them for sex, which they're probably having anyways, why wouldn't they take it? It's not like in the U.S. You know, half the prostitutes in the U.S., I've never used one, are in it for different reasons. But these girls, 90% of them in the Philippines, don't want to be doing this, but they do it to support their family. Now, back to the whole Playboy comment. Just because you think you're all that here, and you may be all that here, you're not over there. Your looks really don't mean that much to these women. So, and I know my girl has some family members, her cousins. I'm not gay in any way, but these are good looking guys. But the Filipino girls have really not much interest in them. You know, if they come to the US girls would love these guys. And I've told her that more than once. And I think I told one of her cousins one night that he could just pick the girl he wanted here. So just a heads up, guys. And don't go over there and break these girls' hearts. They live a hard enough life already. My girl has been away from her family, other than maybe 2 or 3 weeks a year, for 9 years. And she just tells me she's got to do it. She has to take care of her family. And she doesn't want my money. She won't take my money. She doesn't need to work when we get back to the Philippines in 2 months. But she insists she is going to make sure she has some kind of income to help support our family. Find a U.S. girl, and I know there are some. Most of them are married, and them guys are not giving up a good woman. But you got these girls in the U.S. that want 6 figures, 6 pack, 6 foot tall. The only one I cover is the 6 foot tall. But not in the Philippines. If you're nice to them, treat them right, and can put a roof over their head and food on the table, they will make you a very happy man. They will cook you dinner. You know, I haven't been there yet, but I can already tell she's gonna make dinner, lunch, breakfast, snacks in between. They actually care. They're not in it just for themselves like American women. She asks me every morning if I've ate breakfast. She asks me what I have for dinner. I know some guys may not like that and think, she's being nosy or something, but I take that as caring. She makes sure that I'm taking care of myself. And I'm looking forward to get there and have the fresh foods. You know, a lot of places you can go in your backyard and get a coconut or a mango. And I was reading today, mangoes are good for so many health reasons. So I'm very looking forward to it. Another thing, she always asks me what I like or don't like. I really don't know. You know, I've told her that things I may not like here may be totally different there, because a lot of like your fish and everything, even your chicken, is all fresh. Most of your fish and seafood products came out of the ocean the night before. And you get up early and go to the wet market, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, you got all fresh seafood. Same with your chickens. Grow your own. Build them a coop, let them run wild. Who gives a shit? It's all fresh. There's no crap in the food over there. So I'm looking forward to trying new stuff. I've never tried a lot of new foods in the U.S. And now that I went to Hong Kong last year, there's a lot more U.S. foods that taste disgusting to me. McDonald's, for one. I used to eat a lot of McDonald's, Arby's, Burger King, Wendy's. I couldn't tell you the last time I had any of them, but maybe Arby's. I'll stop and get a roast beef every now and then. But other than that, it don't taste good no more. I mean, same like in my last video, I said the Chinese does not taste good here anymore. So I'm looking very forward to it. Tomorrow I'm going to run up to Toronto and drop off 2 20 by 20 boxes that apparently I packed too heavy. I could barely carry the damn things. And if I'm back early enough, maybe I'll make a quick video on how that went. I got questions about it. I haven't taped the boxes all together yet because there's a possibility going across the Canadian border from New York, they might want to check in. So I'll just leave them on taped, and I don't know if they want to look at them at LBC. But if you want to send stuff over there, LBC, Belkin Buy and Box. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. I may never learn the language in the Philippines. They speak very fast for me, but I'll figure out some words. You know, the 20 by 20 by 20 box, so basically a 20 cube, basically without a weight limit. They like you keep it under 150 pounds. I think it's $130. But I'll verify that when I do my next video on how much it cost. And I'm going there because I don't want to go to New York City. There's a bunch of goddamn lunatics down there. You could get shot and, well, you won't have to mail any boxes out. But I checked UPS, and for like a 50-pound box of this size, it was going to be $1,300. So definitely take advantage of it. And yeah, you may have to pay import tax when you get there. I'm not sure because it's personal items. I think you're allowed certain things. I'm not sure on all that. I'm sending it directly to my girl's address. She told me to put her name on it. So I won't find out about that. I will ask tomorrow if I go up. I may go up on Friday. But I think tomorrow will be less busy with traffic. It's a 3.5-hour drive. Well, I wasn't even sure if I was going to do this YouTube stuff, but I'll at least have it for my own record. And I can look back on it, you know, if I get frustrated or something. I've learned a lot about the Philippines, and I'm sure that there's a lot more to learn. But I know a lot of the things people complain about over there are not going to bother me. I grew up on a hog farm. The electric going out, you know, a lot of these places schedule it. You get an email or something. Go on a road trip. Get out of the house. It's not a hard thing to overcome. Put a solar system in the backup. Buy a small generator. They're cheap in the Philippines. I looked at one on there. It's like $150. I bought one 3 years ago. That was almost $400. So it's probably more than that by now because prices are crazy. All right, that's enough ranting and raving for tonight. See you next time. Maybe somebody will watch this. I don't know. Have fun. See ya.